So the title and the subject of this video is called Deconstructing the Human Game and Breaking Free of the Matrix. Now the things that I'm going to share in this video might be a little bit controversial, they might be a little bit irritating to you, so you'll have to bear with me on that. But these things that I'm going to share in this video are really important, and the reason why they're important is because essentially life is a series of games. When we're in a certain context, we're in a certain situation, there's implicit rules, there's things that are taken for granted, and unless we are aware of those, we really don't have as much power to change them or to play something different. So since life is a series of games, number one, we have to be aware, okay, what game are we playing? What are the rules here? And do I like these? Do I like this game? Do I like the rules? If not, we can play something different, we can do something different. So that's what we're going to be exploring in this video. So really how it all starts out is with the initial feudalistic hierarchical way that we are kind of imprinted with viewing the world. And how that starts is, on one hand, we have God, and God gives us the commandments. He gives us rules, tells us what we should and shouldn't do. And basically this creates a little box for us. This creates something that we have to fit in and sets up our life to be a battle of, okay, I should do this, I shouldn't do this, I must do this, I don't want to do this, I must do that. Puts that conversation in. So basically what that game is, hi, I'm God, and here's what I want you to do, here's the rules, here's what you should do, here's what you shouldn't do. And if you're good, if you follow the rules, I'm going to let you into heaven. If not, you're going to hell. So that's where it starts. Then we go to our parents, and what do our parents say? Look, we brought you into this world, we're your parents, you're our child, here's the rules, here's what you should do, here's what you shouldn't do. And if you follow these rules, if you do what we say, we'll like you, we'll love you, we'll approve of you. And if you don't, you're going to get grounded, you're going to get time out, you're going to lose the things that you enjoy, which might sound a little bit familiar to our first example. So then what happens? Then we go to school, we go to preschool or kindergarten or whatever it is, and what do they say? They say, yeah, you're here, and sure, your parents are paying for this, and sure, you're a bright young child, but here's the rules. Here's the box you got to fit in. Here's what's expected of you. Here's what's acceptable of you, and here's what's not acceptable of you. If you do a behavior A, things are fine. You do behavior B, things are not fine. So what that sets up is, on one hand, you have, do what we say and we'll let you on to the next grade, meaning we'll let you into heaven, we'll let you on, we'll approve of you. Or if you don't, you're going to get time out, you're going to get a pink slip, you're going to go to the principal's office, which in that instance the principal office would be kind of equated to hell, meaning if you were a kid and you ever went to the principal's office, then it was hell. And what that's saying is, here's the rules, you follow the rules, you go to heaven, which is next grade, A+, or don't follow the rules, you'll go to hell, which, principal office, suspension, etc. So then, next level, you go to junior high or high school. What do they say? Well, look, here's the rules. And if you follow the rules, you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to get the right grade and you're going to be able to go on to the next level. But if you don't, you're going to get detention, you're going to get suspension, etc. Pretty similar to, the school before that. So then what happens? You go to college, pretty much the same thing again. Hey, you follow the rules, you do what you're supposed to do, you'll get the right degree, you'll get the right job, and then everything in your life will be fine, i.e. you'll get to heaven. Then what happens? You get out of school, you go to work, and what do they say? They say, cool, well, look, we realize you went to school and you have this degree, and that's great, but here's the rules, here's the box you got to fit in, here's what's expected of you, here's what you need to do. If you don't do it, you're going to get written up, you're going to get suspended without pay, you're going to get fired, you'll get a bad referral, you get a bad resume, you'll get prevented from going to a better job or a better position. But play your cards right, maybe you'll get a raise. Play your cards right, maybe you'll get a promotion. You play your cards really right, maybe one day you'll get that executive position, which sounds pretty familiar to our first example. So then you take it even more broad. You go to society with culture, which basically has, okay, here's what's expected of you, here's the law, here's what you should do, here's what you shouldn't do. You follow the rules, you pay your taxes, you do what's right, we'll let you hang out and maybe you can be free. But you don't follow the rules, you don't fit in the box, you're going to get a ticket, you're going to get, you're going to jail, etc. Lastly, sometimes human relationships follow the same pattern, the same mold, the same archetype. They say, look, I love you, sure, you're cool, and I like being with you, but here's the box that I need you to fit in. Here's what I expect of you. Here's what you should do. Here's what I want you to do. And if you don't do that, we're gonna have to break up, or I'm gonna have to leave you, or I'm gonna go somewhere else. I.e., if you do what I want, we'll be together. You can get to heaven. Don't do what I want, I'll leave you, or we'll break up, and quote, you go to hell. So there's a lot of different contexts and explanations, but if you paying attention, and I explained it well, hopefully, which I did, is that it's all the same game, just manifesting in different ways. And no wonder people feel kind of stressful, or like, oh my God, the weight of the world is on my shoulders, or there's all this pressure, or I don't feel inspired, or I feel bored, because if the back of your head your whole life is, okay, here's the box I got to fit in, here's the rules I have to follow, and if I don't follow those rules, if I don't do what's right, then I'm gonna get fired, or I'm gonna go to hell, or God's not gonna love me, or parents aren't gonna love me. So all these things, and that's really what's pushed upon us as soon as we come into this world. And that's really our life script, and that's the game that a lot of us play for our lives. And no wonder we don't feel good, and no wonder it kind of sucks sometimes. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that kind of opened your eyes a little bit and kind of made you think and question things a little bit, because that was my intention. And this is an idea I'm still working on digesting for myself, because it was really just apparent to me recently, and it all goes back to the same archetype, the same game rules, the same game essentially, that starts from the feudalistic, hierarchical, monarchical way of shaping reality, which is, I'm God. Sure, I created you, but you're stained. You're below me. Here's the rules. Here's the box, etc. You know the story. So hopefully that's been helpful. Hopefully give you some food for thought. I look forward to hearing your comments and your thoughts, and exploring this topic further. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.